Now, about my dear friend, Senator Carper. This week, two of our longtime Democratic colleagues have delivered farewell addresses, Senators Tester and Cardin. Today, another senator, another dear friend, will deliver his farewell address, the senior senator from Delaware, Tom Carper. And when I say dear friends about these individuals, it's really true. It's not just verbiage. We are really friends, as we have become in this caucus. And that is certainly true of Tom Carper. Last night was the annual Taste of Delaware event, one of my favorite events of the year, where everything that is amazing about Delaware is on full display. And if you spend just a few minutes there, you'll notice something. The state of Delaware loves Tom Carper, and Tom Carper loves Delaware. He hates being away from home, which is why half the time when I call him about all the issues that we care about together, he's on that Amtrak, hopping home to be with Martha and his family. He does it even on weekdays while we're in session. Serving Delaware is all Tom knows. He did it first as state treasurer, then congressman, then governor, and then, for the last 2 decades, as senator. If you put all these elected offices together, it means that the people of Delaware have elected and re-elected Tom a record 14 times into office, and he never lost an ounce of fight. Here in the Senate, what a great ambassador he was for the first state. Our caucus relied on Tom's expertise, not just about Delaware, which of course we became quite familiar with due to his persistence, but also on many different issues, especially when it came to the environment. Tom's a climate warrior, plain and simple. Few senators have fought as long or as hard to take action against the climate crisis as Tom has. As chair of the EPW committee, he expertly negotiated climate and clean energy investments we secured in recent years and had great input into the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act. And Tom was both idealistic and practical. When he worked on environmental issues, he knew how important it was to maximize the amount of clean energy we produce. But at the same time, he knew how to talk to members on the other side of the aisle, members who might not agree with him on everything, and get them to support a coalition that would support that legislation. He was amazing in action. As the Senate's last Vietnam War veteran, Tom was also an unflinching champion for our service members and their families. Tom will tell you that despite his time in elected office, his greatest privilege was serving in the Navy for 23 years. And not a day goes by when Tom isn't looking for ways to help our veterans in need. He's an amazing guy. I even had a nickname for him. Tom and I loved old lyrics from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, both songs, music, but TV shows. So his nickname, his initials, for me were TC, Top Cat. He and I are among the few in this chamber who remember the cartoon Top Cat. But Tom Carper was certainly a top cat in this body. Top Cat, you're great. I'll miss you. A final testament to Tom's willingness to go out of his way to help others. He was so enthusiastic about his successor, Lisa Blunt Rochester. She got her start in politics as an intern in Tom's office, and when he knew he wasn't going to run, one of the first things he said to me was, make sure you help Lisa Blunt Rochester. She'll be a great senator, and we can begin to see that already. So I can't think of a more appropriate way to conclude a long career in public service by making sure your successor can continue your legacy. Senator Moynihan did that in many ways with me. So to Tom, to Martha, the entire family, his 2 sons, thank you, thank you, thank you for your service. We'll miss you very much, and in the words a Navy man can appreciate, we wish you fair winds and following seas. Yield the floor and note the absence of a quorum.